The other big story that we're tracking at this hour, India has come out with a massive response to the unprovoked Pakistan firing on the border. Pakistani rangers were forced to show the white flag at different locations along borders for truce. Pakistan has also opened all diplomatic channels, including the DGMO, Defence Secretary, the BSF DIG. BSF says the Pakistan side had stopped firing after 5 p.m. and has agreed that there will be no exchange of fire. India allowed Pakistan sector commander to collect the bodies of the 3 Pakistani rangers, but only by unarmed personnel showing the white flag. The BSF retaliated with heavy fire once Pakistani rangers began unprovoked firing, killing 1 BSF Jawan and injuring another. The latest in a string of attacks this year, Samba violation adds to the unprecedented 563 violations from the other side in the year 2014. It is likely that the firing is intended to facilitate an infiltration bid across the international border. Things are significantly more deadly on the line of control. Earlier today, the army said 160 to 170 terrorists were primed and ready at terror launch pads across the line of control, waiting to cross over.
Of explosive, and this is what is delivered onto the enemy, and this is what
All right, and more news coming in. BSF mortar shelling has destroyed several Pakistan Ranger posts, bunkers and observation posts. Editor Strategic Affairs Gaurav Sawant now joins me live from the newsroom. Gaurav, there has been retaliatory fire and an intensive one as far as the Indian side is concerned.
Vedika, even as we speak, the Pakistani Rangers with white flags would be reaching the point where 3 Pakistani Rangers are lying dead along the international border. There are several Pakistani Rangers who've been injured in BSF retaliatory fire. This all started with the Pakistani Rangers ambushing a BSF routine patrol, and this is usually never done because BSF routinely patrols the Samba sector. The Pakistani Rangers were waiting in ambush. 1 Jawan was martyred, 1 assistant sub-inspector was injured. The BSF then resorted to a massive retaliatory punitive strike. Mortars, we are told, were used. 2 observation posts were destroyed in the Samba sector. 2 of the Pakistani Rangers were killed on spot. The 3rd died while escaping is what sources in the BSF have told us. What we've also been told that DG BSF has briefed the Union Home Minister. Pakistan has activated all forms of communication, whether it's the DGMO level channel, the Defence Secretary to Defence Secretary mechanism. Apart from that, they've also sought a border meeting, but the BSF said until Pakistan stops firing, puts up white flags, and then comes the commanding officer of that unit should come. But what sources are telling us, the CO of the Rangers unit is on leave. The 2IC at this point of time, anytime between 17:30, 5:30 and 6 p.m, the 2IC, the second in command, will come with a white flag, retrieve the bodies, and India has also sought an apology from Pakistan for violating the ceasefire.
Also, we're being told, Gaurav, that the BSF has alerted all posts to be prepared for any further retaliation by Pakistan.
You know, the scheme of things at the LC and the IB, and this is something that's happening along the international border, the scheme of things is such that once BSF retaliates, Pakistan will wait for a moment or an opportunity to strike back, and that usually, according to sources, could well be a bad action team where Pakistan would try and send in terrorists or its Rangers or ex-commandos or SSG to come and kill BSF personnel, or this could happen anywhere along the line of control, perhaps south of Pir Panjal. So that is why an alert has gone all along the 770-kilometer long line of control north and south of Pir Panjal and the 200-kilometer long international border, that there could be retaliation, and the BSF and the army need to be alert.
All right, Gaurav Sam, thank you so much for joining us from the newsroom on that big development taking place at the international border.